We are only limited by weakness of attention and poverty of imagination. That's the only limit we've got. Weakness of attention. We got to focus on what it is we want. You got to give it our undivided attention. And poverty of imagination. Use your imagination to build enormous images. See great things happening in your life. Right? Make a decision to become one with whatever it is you want. And see, so simple. Right? A lot of people are wandering around. They don't know what to do. Their life isn't going where they want it to go. They're not doing what they want to do. And they're stuck. And they don't know how to change it. You see, we've got the ability to create the kind of life we want. But it doesn't happen by accident. Right? If you don't gain an awareness of who you are and what makes you tick, odds are pretty good you'll never be free. Right? Most people live in a little cage of their own making, and they don't even know it. You and I are God's highest form of creation. There's nothing on the planet that will equal us. Now, I often point out that we're the only creatures on the planet that's totally disorientated in our environment. It's true. All the other little creatures are completely at home in their environment. They blend in. Just look, we don't. We've been given the mental faculties to create our own environment. You would hear, most people just don't do a very good job of it. School doesn't teach us how to do it. We go through our educational system, you'll come out and you'll know nothing about yourself. And I want you to take your phone and look at it. And really think of it. Let each of the lines on the screen represent a level of vibration. Everything the phone can do, you can do with your marvelous mind. We refer to these vibrations as frequencies. And there's an infinite number of frequencies. Now your cell phone has its own frequency. If someone has your number in their phone, they can hit send, bang, you get the message. Doesn't matter where you are. I can take a picture, hit send, and simultaneously with me hitting hit send, you'll have it. Just like that. See, in truth, there isn't any time and space. That's an illusion. We're dealing with energy and we're dealing with frequencies. We're dealing with energy. Everyone's phone has its own frequency. Now, you see, some people, you can transfer pictures to someone's mind to someone else's mind across the world, just as you can with their phone. And most people don't get an understanding of that or how to do that. But everything you're thinking, you're sending off charges of energy. Thought is energy. Thought waves are cosmic waves that penetrate all time and space. All of it. Thought waves make the laser look puny. Like, it's the most potent form of energy there is. Most people don't really know about it. Much about it. They don't think very much about it. Every great leader that has ever lived has been in a complete and unanimous agreement that you and I become what we think about. They've disagreed on everything else, basically, except for that one point. We truly do become what we think about. See, most people think about what they don't want. They spend time thinking about what they don't want. They're so sick of this. They're so sick of living this way. They're so sick of not being able to afford this. I'm so sick of not being able to take a nice vacation. I'm so sick. And that's all they're talking about. And they're attracted to that. They're magnetizing that. They're magnetizing themselves to what they don't want. They're attracting it. If we think of the phone, right? Get it straight in your mind. Your mind works like the phone. Do you know that everything you want is already here? You're going to find nothing's created or destroyed. Everything's already here. But we've got to get on the frequency that it's on. We've got to get in tune with it. And when we do, boom, it comes flying at us. Now, what The Secret didn't do, right? It didn't teach you about the law of attraction. It teaches a lot about it, but it didn't teach you what it was. The law of attraction is a secondary law. The law of vibration is the primary law. That law decrees everything vibrates, nothing rests. This whole building, my building, where you're at, everything vibrates. It's moving, it's vibrating, it's energy, it moves. It's in a very high speed of vibration. Our bodies moves. It's vibrating at a very high pace. As we activate brain cells, everything in us begins to change, and we can activate those brain cells at will. And listen, most people don't listen. They talk and they talk and they hear, but they don't listen. You hear with your ears, you listen with your emotions. Now, everything you want is also on its own frequency, right? I don't know what you want, but if I were to sit with you one-on-one, that's what I'd be digging up for. I'd be asking questions, and I'd be wanting to figure out, what do you want? And you know, most people don't know what they want. Look at your present results right now. I really want you to really think about your results. If you were thinking about your income, look at your income. If you're talking about relationships, look at your relationships. If you're talking about your health, really take a look at your health. You're attracting what you're in harmony with. Now, if someone told me that when I first started, I wouldn't have liked it. Because I didn't like what was coming into my life. I didn't like it at all. But we've got to understand that no one's giving it to us. If it's coming in, we've earned it. And if we don't like it, we can change it. It's so basic and so simple. Energy attracts like energy. This thing we're living in is a molecular structure. It's a massive energy at a high speed of vibration. And whatever we're thinking controls our vibration we're in. Because as we think, we activate brain cells. As we think, we travel. And that's what causes us to vibrate. Now, what you're thinking dictates how you feel. Feeling is the language of the subconscious. When you say, I feel, what you're really talking about, the vibration you're in. You'll hear people say, I feel terrible. They're in a terrible vibration. Change your thinking. But you know, a person in a terrible vibration doesn't want to hear that. It's almost like they want to enjoy their own misery. Ever heard that? Misery loves company. You know people like that. Now you see someone else, they'll say, I feel phenomenal. See, they're choosing great pictures. Make a decision to become one with whatever you want. Do you know what the problem is with most people? They don't know what they want. They really don't know what they want. And it's rather sad because we can have anything we want. There is absolutely no limits. None. Anything? Yes, anything and everything you want. You create your own life. It doesn't matter what it is. There are laws that govern this whole universe, the entire universe. One of the laws that Carnegie talked about, right? That's one of the best. He said, any idea that is held in the mind, any idea, doesn't matter what it is, any idea that's held in the mind, that's emphasized, that you keep thinking about, and get this, that's either feared or revered. All right. He said, any idea that's held in the mind, that's emphasized, that's either feared or revered, will begin to close itself in the most convenient and appropriate form available. That's the perpetual law of transportation of energy. That's the law of the universe. Energy is always moving in the form. Whatever you're thinking about is moving in the form. It's like Van Gogh said. He said, I dream my painting and then I paint my dream. Write your goal on the card, tear the card apart, put it in your pocket. Now what happens when you put your hand in your pocket and you touch the card that has your goal on it? The sensory factor, touch is infected. It sends a light message to your central nervous system, strikes the cells in your brain, it activates brain cells, and the picture of your goal flashes on your mind. See, it's all electronic. You're much like your phone or like your computer. You're in charge, and you can dictate what pictures you want coming on your mind, and that picture must move in the form. That's an absolute law. We are only limited by weakness of attention and poverty of imagination, right? That's the only limit we've got. Weakness of attention. You got to focus on what it is you want. You got to give it your undivided attention. And poverty of imagination. Use your imagination to build enormous pictures. See great things happening in your life. What pictures are you holding on the screen of your mind? The only limit is weakness of attention and poverty of imagination. Now, attention is drawn through your higher faculty, the will. The will gives you the ability to focus on one idea to the exclusion of all outside distractions, right? Now, there's two things you got to know. if you really want to live your dream. You have to know where you are, you have to know where you're going, and you got to move in that direction. Now why are there so many people stuck, right? Think. If we think about this, it's so simple. Why are so many people stuck? Our problem is paradigms. A paradigm is what's in control of our lives to a very large degree. And it's the paradigm that keep people stuck. Now, a paradigm is a mental program that has almost exclusive control over our habitual behavior. Now think, a paradigm, right? A paradigm is a program that has almost exclusive control over our habitual behavior. Now, really think about that. And get this, almost all of our behavior is habitual. Paradigms control our perception. Perception is a mental faculty. Animals do not have perception. Humans do. Perception is one of the higher faculties that we've got. Our paradigm controls our use of time. You know, everyone gets the exact same amount of time. Everyone. We get all there is. No one gets any more than anyone else. Your paradigm controls everything. It also controls your creativity. See, some people are creative, some aren't. But that's not true. Everyone's creative. Everyone's created in God's image. Our problem is we got it in reverse, and we created God in our image. We're creative beings. We truly are. Our paradigms control our effectiveness. It controls what we do, how we do it. And of course, our effectiveness is going to dictate our productivity. How productive are we? Now get this. Our paradigms control our logic. This is huge. You'll have people say, you got to be realistic. Or they could say, that's illogical. How often does logic stop you? They'll be like, oh, that's not really realistic. If you can think it, you can do it. When you think, and of course, it controls your ability to earn money. But you see, most people really don't understand money. All the money in the world is available to us. All we have to do is earn it. And working happens to be the worst way to earn money. It's true. Listen, this guy studied 500 of the most world successful people. And he pointed out in here, if you believe hard work and honesty alone will bring riches, perish the thought. It's not true. Riches, when it comes in huge quantities, is never the result of hard work. Riches come, if they come at all, in response to definite demands based upon the application of definite principles and not by chance or luck. It's all by law. There is no end to what you can earn. None. Now, paradigms keeps you boxed in all of those areas, right? It's just like there's a box around you. And every time we try to go to change, we hit the wall. And we come back down, and it doesn't happen. When you make up your mind, you're going to change the paradigm, a decision, the wall comes down. But I'm going to tell you something. That doesn't mean you're going to change right away. You make a decision, I'm changing this, that wall will come down. Then you'll be at a position to start moving, and the wall is down. You're not bouncing off of it anymore. And when you say you're going to change, just think of this. The change can be huge. Absolutely huge. And the change is permanent. You will never go back. You see, awareness is something you cannot lose. Your spiritual DNA is perfect. You know what that means? That means that there's perfection within every one of us. There's perfection within every one of us. That doesn't require any modification or any improvement. Absolutely none. There is perfection in us, and that perfection seeks expression with and through us. That's what causes us to want. You know, I hear people all the time, and they always say, they should say, you should be satisfied with what we got. They're wrong. You should never, ever be satisfied with what you got. You should be happy with it. Dissatisfaction is a creative state. Dissatisfaction is going to get you to reach higher, go faster, go further. Dissatisfaction is a creative state. It's the spiritual essence within us seeking expression through us. See, there's perfection within us, and it wants to express itself through us. That's why you want everything you own when you die belongs to someone else. You never own anything. You're merely a custodian. You should have it, you should enjoy it, but you never own it. But what you are is your forever. That's why we want greater awareness. We want to become aware of this perfection within us. Spirit's all-knowing. You know what that means? All the knowing there ever was, there ever will be, is omnipresent. All the knowledge there ever was, all the power, it's all here. You'll ask, where does that guy get all the energy? Nobody gets energy. Everybody releases energy. Desire, boom, it's a triggering mechanism. It lets it go. All the power there ever was and ever will be is here. You've already got the energy. Release it. Desire. Desire is the triggering mechanism. And it doesn't matter where you are because it's omnipresent. We're connected to everything and everything's connected to us. There's only one power. And that's the real you. Are you truly who you pretend to be? Come on. Wake up. Get up. Get up and go make it happen. Charles Jaden Washington, documentary clip. You become what you think about it, ladies and gentlemen. See you on the next video.